few days, and then I will be recording that double three turns video as an episode and not a stream. It's just I'm just waiting for my voice to return properly and not be so nasally. Okay, so for skaters who have a hard time with getting to be able to press past your toes, this is what you should practice. You could stand against a wall, shoulder, hip, and heel. Maintain this axis. When you press down, you push your knees past your toes this way, but you got to press to your heels, because if you are pressing into your toes, if you're up on your toe picks, then you're not going to be able to skate effectively on the ice this way. So keep this in mind when practicing this. Press to your heels and push your knees past your toes. Now, some skaters will say, I can't do this because my skates are stopping me. They're like, let me show you. And I've seen this before where skaters, they're like, I can't go any lower than this. My skates won't let me. They're not broken in, or they're too tight. What you got to do is just don't tie them up all the way, or don't tie them as tight. You want your skates to give you enough support, but at the same time not be so tight that you can't work in them. I mean, you can't go running in clogs. You won't be able to do anything, or in anything else that's too tight. But what I'm trying to say is that tie them just enough to where you can comfortably do the action that you need. Now, other skaters will say, if I try to loosen up this way, my skates will be too loose and I can't do anything. I have no control. Well, there's some truth to that. What happens is, in order to be able to do this, you need to have quite a bit of ankle strength. Well, the way you develop ankle strength is by loosening your boots. So you do it gradually, and eventually your ankles will get strong enough to where you will be relying on your ankles, and you will be able to press as much as you need to and still maintain enough power and control over it. Because guess what? If your skates are always super tight, then effectively they're like a cast. And if they're like a cast, your ankles are not going to get any stronger in them. So practice this exercise. Practice it on ice. Practice it in your skates, and you will get a lot stronger doing this. This will really help you. Okay, next question was about. This was related to the forward inside three turns in episode number 10. I'm actually gonna read the question for you right here, real quick. This was by John B. It's a good question, so I'm gonna find it real quick and I'm gonna read it for you. By the way, I'm just gonna say hi to everyone in the stream. Okay, so getting back to what I was saying, I'm gonna find John's question real quick here and read it for you. Alright, and John wrote, thank you, another interesting video. This was in regards to stream number 12. In your video, episode number 10, on alternating forward three turns, the arm action on the forward outside three turn is continuous, but with the forward inside, there seems to be a pause in the arm's scissor action whilst you turn. I struggle with forward inside three turns. Can you explain the apparent difference in the arm action? Sure can. Okay, so a couple things to keep in mind. The arm action shown in the videos, they think of it as a guideline. There's more than one way to do arm action, and once you learn an arm action that works for you, use it, but also experiment with other actions. So first, let's look at the episode. Okay, this is it right here, and then that's Wesley, my dog. He's great. Okay, so when I do this, now three turns are named after the entry edge. This is a forward inside three turn because it's a forward inside entry edge. So what I'm doing is I'm stroking in here. My arms and my foot are on the same circle on the entrance edge. And then I bring everything together, rise and turn, open myself up with my back to the circle I'm on, so I can comfortably step onto the next edge. So here again, I am rotated facing inside the circle I'm on. Extending your foot right here is not required, but it will help control you. It will help keep your hip from swinging around, and this is a very good way to balance yourself out. Okay, so then when I go through here, I'm going to bring everything together, rise to turn on the ball of my foot, go back into the heel, open myself up again, press, stroke again, into the next edge. Again, my arms are on the circle I'm on. This is the circle I'm on. I'm using my free foot to keep my hips open and also to control my balance. And then, here we go. Bring everything together, rise and turn, open up again. All right, that's the action I show here for the forward inside 3 turns. Now there is other action I will show you after we look at the forward outside 3 turns here. So here we go. Now here, this is a forward outside 3 turn because that's the entrance edge. I check myself, I scissor, I control myself on the circle I'm on. So right here, I scissor and I face on the exit edge into the circle I'm on. I'm using my free foot to keep my hips open, and this will help balance you out. Stroke again. Bring yourself together and open up. So you have the scissoring action with your arms. You're going to bring them down and switch. Now, all of these actions, think of them as guidelines, like I said earlier, because what happens is when you skate a program, the action that you're going to do will vary significantly, and you want to be able to skate from your core and your hips. Don't be rigid in your hands. Don't tense up your shoulders, because if you do, you're always going to look awkward on the ice. You have to learn to control from right here, your core and your hips and your ankles. The arms should be free to do interpretation, to skate with your partner, to do all kinds of other things, but keep this in mind that this is a guideline. It helps to teach the basics, but as you move on up, you get to do more advanced and more fun things. All right, now I'm going to show you an exercise that you can do, which is actually for a little bit more advanced, but I think that in the circumstances, once you get very good at those turns with that action, you could look at other types of action. So let's do that. Okay, so we have episode 58 and 59, forward inside 3 turns. That's the one we're going to look at. It's essentially the same exercise, so you can look at either one, whichever you need. Okay, so here, I'm just going to go back and forth here. Now I'm going to bring myself together. I'm going to open up. Now here, I'm not opening up as much because I'm not going to do the next one. If I wanted to do the next one, I would pull the shoulder back even more. What I'm doing here is I'm clasping the skate guard the entire time. I don't let go of it at any point. I just hold on to it. I'm just going to go back and forth. Bring everything together, rise and turn. Again, the arm action here is, I'm not doing any arm action. Yeah, I'm using primarily my core, hips, ankle control. Shoulders do some work, but primarily I'm skating from right here and right here to control myself. And this is a great exercise. It shows you that your arms should be free. If you try to do this, if you're advanced enough, that is, to try this first, oftentimes what skaters will do is they'll let go of the guard right at the point of the turn because they're so used to using the arms to make the turn happen. And this will help get you out of that. It's a great exercise, and you can do any number of turns with a guard. Alright, now, another thing I wanted to show you in regards to all this is edge control. Because all of this will work, but there's a fundamental problem that a skater might have is they might be weak in a specific edge, and that makes doing turns very difficult. So let's just look at a basic edges exercise. This is episode number 3. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm doing edges on the line. This is a great exercise. Again, think of the arms as optional. There's any number of different ways you can do them. But just practicing edges, especially the edge that gives you trouble. So usually it's the backward edges that skaters really struggle with when doing 3 turns. This is going to make a big difference. work this out, and this is going to really help you get better and stronger at your turns. And not just your turns, but your general skating, because if you keep working on your edges every day or every time you skate, it's going to add up in other ways. It's going to improve your crossovers, it's going to improve your overall skating. So keep working on this. You don't have to use this specific exercise. You can find any other exercise that you like that just works your basic edges. And I have other edges videos. Check out my edges playlist, and I have more edges coming for you soon. I'll be working on getting you more videos as well. But as a great move to look at that covers your 4 edges here, your forward outsides, forward insides, backward outsides, backward insides. This is a great exercise. You can pick a line and just go back and forth working on it. Anyway, I hope this answers your questions. I have more stuff coming along, and right now I'm just waiting for me to get my voice back and not be so nasally when I'm going to start recording my episodes again and not just streaming. Well, stay tuned, and there's lots more great stuff coming your way.